It's spooky.
Hello, spooky friends, and welcome to another episode of Storytime with the Scariest Podcast.
Woo!
I'm Robin Grace.
Wow, you messed up your own name.
I just read the beginning of an email and it said Robin Graves, so that's what I had in my head.
Okay.
But I'm Robin Grace, this is Adam Diaz. We're here
Hello.
to read your homegrown horrors.
Indeed
tonight.
we are. Super excited. Thank you so much to everyone who sent us the homegrown horrors for us to read on these Storytime episodes. Robin, what is a homegrown horror?
So homegrown horrors, I'm glad you did. I couldn't turn it back on you this time.
Shout out to the Snark, by the way, for resubscribing for the 11th
Thank
month.
you so
We
much.
appreciate you so much. Shout out to Academy Dog, who subscribed yesterday with their own money.
September is here.
September is here. Actually, I think, does it start on the 5th? I think it starts tomorrow.
It says September is here. Get 50% off tier 1 subs.
There you go. So for any folks out there who are thinking about subscribing or like $5 dues is a lot of dollar dues for the entire month of September, if you would like to subscribe to our Twitch channel, it's $2.50. I need about $2.50. So go to twitch.tv/scariespodcast to subscribe. Now, Robin, tell me about them homegrown horrors.
So homegrown horrors are the stories of paranormal, supernatural, spiritual, sleepwalking tales that you've experienced yourself, your family members, your friends have all experienced, and you've graciously shared them with us so that we can share them with the rest of our spooky friends.
Indeed. And like I mentioned, we have that Twitch channel. We record these live every Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is 8:30 Central and 9:30 Eastern. And you can also go to youtube.com/scarish if you're more of a YouTuber. That's totally fine. However you want to join us, we'd appreciate it. And if you have a story you'd like to submit to us, you can email storytime@scarish.com or go to our website. scarish.com and click on contact us. Hit up all our social medias and message us if you'd like to. Those absolutely work as well. At ScarishPod is Twitter, at Scarish Podcast, Instagram, or Insta, as the kids call it. And Facebook.com/Scarish Podcast is Facebook. Go figure. So however you want to get your messages to us, we would be happy to read them. And if it's something where you don't want us to share it, let us know. We'd be happy to just engage you with some dialogue in case you're just looking to bend someone's ear because you feel like you're crazy. And we get those sometimes where someone's like, I just need to tell someone this. And we're totally okay with that. But if you want it to be shared, we'd love to share it. Just let us know that we're allowed to. So fun stuff.
Nice.
Did you want to start out or do you want me to start out?
Before I start reading the email, I just want to remind everyone that we do have new product over at our Teespring store. So if you go to scarish.com, there's a whole shop section. The new stuff isn't on there, but if you click on certain things that'll take you to the Teespring store, you can check out the new stuff there. I don't know the URL off the top of my head. It's like teespring.com/stores/scarish-store.
It's a bunch of different spots that you can find it.
So you can find it. It's on Facebook. It's on Instagram. There's links everywhere. But we have new product, and I really like it. Glitch was just saying earlier that they're absolutely adorable, and I'm so glad that people like them because I like them. I ordered a whole bunch of stuff for myself. So
it's very true.
Yeah, so hopefully you guys like them for the spooky season, and check them out.
Right on.
And I don't know. Do you want to read first? You want me to read first?
I can go first. That's fine. Yeah.
Cool.
So I'm going to go ahead and lead out with our first story of the show. And this subject is my Sloss Furnace story, which is cool because I covered the Sloss Furnace like 50, 60 episodes ago. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
We always love to hear from folks that have gone to the places or experienced the things that we cover. So I'm excited and I'm going to jump right in. Starts out like this. Dear Robin and Adam. Hello, dear. I don't know how to do that. Okay.
I was going to say dear, but I was like, that sounds weird. I'll just say hello.
I've only been listening for a couple of weeks now, but I binge listen every time I get the chance. I love you two and your great rapport. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
You remind me of my husband and me. In parentheses, I hate you. LOL.
I think that's what I really enjoy with a lot of the people that listen to the podcast and hang out with us in our community because everyone has an amazing sense of humor and you guys are so funny. Today I stepped on a new leaf that has fallen on the ground and I was just like so crispy.
It's a meme that graced our Facebook group that is a picture of Two-Face. What is it? Go ahead.
It's just so funny. It's just a meme on our Facebook group that someone edited. I don't know. It's hilarious.
It's basically Two-Face from The Dark Knight, except if both sides of his face were burnt. So it's like someone split the face down the middle, like mirrored the image, and then put it through a filter where it makes like the Snapchat filter where it makes like your eyes really big and your mouth really small. So it's all derpy. And it just has the caption underneath it that says Quispy. And every time she sees it, she laughs. It's like 5 times in a row every day. So
yeah, I cannot help it.
Anyways, we appreciate your support. I'm glad that you like us. We like you back. And the email goes on to say, anyway, imagine my surprise when I got to the Sloss Furnace episode. I was squealing like a dolphin. I'd been thinking of sending in this story, in parentheses, I have others. But that episode clinched it. I had to send you a real, true, cross my heart, swear on my grave story about supernatural happenings at Sloss.
Cool.
A few years ago, we went to the Sloss Fright Furnace, which is a scary attraction held at the 100-plus-year-old historical Sloss Furnaces, which produced iron for many, many years. Back when we went, the actual haunted factory part was actually held inside the factory rather than outside like it is now. The story goes that back in those days, they didn't care about worker safety, which was true, and that many men died there, which is also true, and that many of those men still haunt the place. This part says, maybe. So it's confirming the other facts, but for that one, it's a maybe. The tour itself was a lot of fun. Creepy actors in costumes jumping out or chasing us with chainsaws, the standard stuff. Plus great mazes and decor, and of course the antique factory equipment still in place. During the tour, we got to a rather clear area where there really wasn't any decorations or actors or even any other tourists, just the factory equipment, and I felt such an overwhelming heaviness, as if just picking up my feet was the most difficult thing imaginable. The very air felt thick and heavy, as if gravity had just intensified. It sounds like they stepped into one of those pods from Dragon Ball Z, the capsule core pods that help you train under like 10 times or 100 times Earth's gravity. So nice. Pretty solid stuff. Your power level's definitely going to go up by the end of this.
Oh my gosh.
I could barely breathe. It was so intense. I've never felt anything like it in my life. Luckily, this part was maybe only 50 feet long or so. My husband said he couldn't feel anything, and as we walked on a bit, the feeling passed, and we got to more of the decorated places where actors sneaking up or jumping out. When we got home, my husband's watch was broken.
Wow.
The crystal itself was just smashed as if he had taken it off and smashed it with a hammer, yet he had no bruise or pain. The whole time through the tour, I was holding his hand, the side with the watch, because his other hand was maimed in an industrial accident, and he felt his grip on that side wasn't strong enough. So somehow, something had to smash his watch hard enough to crush the crystal without either of us feeling it.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. We were holding hands the entire time because I get scared. I never let go, not even once. I'm attaching a picture of the smashed watch so you can see how it's not just a surface scratch. The crystal broke all the way through. I have other stories that I'll send at another time, but just know you have a huge fam in Alabama. P.S. Team Fan on, and Ghost Adventures sucks.
Wow.
I agree to both of those things, obviously. I have the picture right here as well, and it is definitely a smashed watch.
Yeah.
Like, you would have noticed this happen.
Like shattered on that whole side. That's crazy.
Yeah, and it's a thick, I was going to say a thick candy coating. It's a thick glass face, so, like, it would have been a significant impact to crack it. So, yeah, that is super creepy.
Looks crispy.
Quispy. You're going to use that for literally everything that you can tonight. So thank you so much for sending that in. It's always super cool when people go to the places that we get to talk about, because like Sloss Furnace is really far away from us. You know, we're in Las Vegas. There's only so many places that we can try and visit without it becoming, you know, rather expensive.
Yeah, monetarily, like, devastating.
So awesome. Thank you so much one last time.
Yeah, thank you so much. You know, when you were bringing up that whole Dragon Ball Z thing, all I could think of was Rock Lee in Naruto when he takes off all his weights. And he's just ridiculously fast.
Oh, you mean that scene in Dragon Ball Z where Piccolo and Goku take off all their weighted training clothing to fight Raditz? Yeah.
Rock Lee's the best.
Basically, all manga are the exact same. It's just different characters and scenarios. So, good stuff. Right. Good debate. All right, let's look over into the stream chat, see what you folks had to say. I think Vivian might be alone. No, I see a few other people have joined in. Awesome. Nice. So, you have some lipstick on your teeth. Just a little bit on the very tippy tip. So, I just want to let you know. I don't say it. This is what's weird. I don't say it to you when we're recording the part in the story so that the listeners who only listen can hear it. I say it to you when we're only addressing the people who are watching who already know.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Thanks.
I don't know. You have to tell me a signal.
There?
No, you're good.
Okay.
You have to tell me a signal I can give you to let you know there's a little bit of lipstick on your teeth while I'm reading.
Adam did not know that the term "you have a bat in your cave" means you have a bogey in your nose.
I've never heard this before. Someone texted me, "You have a bat in your cave," and I was like wearing a Batman t-shirt, and I was like, I don't know what this is trying to say. Like, I don't know what's going on right now.
And as soon as she said that, I was just like, you have a booger. That's what that means.
I was like, just tell me I have a boog or I got a bogey hanging out. Like, there's nothing I can do if I don't know what's there. And if you're using this encoded terminology, like, I'm never going to figure it out. All right. I'm going to scroll to the top and take my YouTube chat.
All right. People talking about Halloween and how they live on specific floors and whether or not they give candy. We saw Halloween candy at our local Smith's, and I was really tempted to buy a bag, but then you look at it and you're like, Halloween's not for another 2 months.
It'll either be bad by the time it gets there, or
I'm eating it all.
Exactly.
Especially if it's a bag of Twix. Those things are gone.
Three Musketeers are my weakness, so trying to be good. Twix trying to be good for a while until I'm nice and skinny and sexy for Robin again.
You're already sexy.
Oh, you're so sweet.
No, thanks.
Vivian was the first person in both chats. I just want to put that out there. And she says, so the other day I was walking like a human does and found a penny. I say penny because that's what I thought it was until I looked closer, and instead of seeing good old Abe Lincoln, I see Thomas Jefferson or whoever is on the nickel staring back at me. It's 5 times, the values. That's pretty awesome. I was outraged. This is a disgrace to all humanity and Abe Lincoln fans across the globe. But then I realized that I'm actually pretty lucky because this coin is 5 times more valuable. Now let the fun begin. I'm glad that our heads wound up in the same spot, even if mine went there a little bit faster. So, good stuff. It's a great story, Vivian. Storyteller of the year. I wonder what the question of the week's going to be.
Let's see. The Snark says they just got Final Fantasy VIII Remake today.
That's out?
That, I guess so. Final Fantasy VIII, not 7.
Yeah. I thought 8 was coming after 7.
Okay.
Because that's how numbers work.
Okay. I know Catherine Full Body just came out for PlayStation only, And
we have one of those.
Yeah,
we have two of those, don't we?
But I want to play it on the Xbox because I played the original Catherine on the 360. I had the collector's edition for the 360, the one that came in the cute little pizza box and stuff. And I want to get the full body collector's edition, but it's only PlayStation. So I'm torn. I'm like, oh, but I want the achievement points. I don't know. Trophies have no hold on me. For some reason, trophies mean nothing.
It's those little cheevers that get you.
It's the amount of gamer score you get for your achievements.
I agree. It's easier to measure if you're better than your friends when there's just a number right there telling you. Vivian was like, why am I the only one in the chat? And then Minnie Maria popped in and said, the disrespect Abe deserves better, which is great.
Everyone at one point was saying, the Bears.
I'm wearing it. The season's about to start. They play tomorrow. And I don't know if they're going to do as well as they did last season, but what I do know is I expected not a lot from them last season. I wore this jersey because they were doing okay, and then the next game, Trubisky threw 6 touchdowns, and Robin started him in our fantasy league that week too. So I'm just like, it won't hurt to wear it. If they get smashed tomorrow, you know what? I'm a Bears fan no matter what, and I've been a Bears fan for a long time, so I'm just like, I'm wearing it. It's happening.
We just had our final fantasy draft. No, our fantasy football draft.
I got Sephiroth. It was awesome.
We did our fantasy football draft on yesterday. Holy crap, that was yesterday.
Yep.
A lot happened yesterday.
Yeah.
But I drafted not good. It was bad.
You drafted all right.
It was bad. I was just like, gonna pick all the sleepers. That's what I'm gonna do.
Vivian says, in Ohio, I spent my last day of summer raking fucking leaves because my trees decided to take a fat dump on my front lawn. Why? Because the trees hate me. Why? I don't know. It's just what they do. Trees take dumps on lawns all the time. Robin, just invite Robin to step on your leaves so she can go crispy.
I was so excited because all the leaves are falling like snow at school, so it's amazing. Bronson over here in Twitch says, read Beowulf or for college class or Scary-ish. Twitch it is.
I've read Beowulf multiple times. It's not that bad.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Glitch says, Chicago, birthplace of the baby back ribs.
And the deep dish pizza.
Of a certain undefeated team, which come January will be hosting a certain Super Bowl trophy. A team that is known as the Bears. That's very nice.
Undefeated is curious.
No, like that's gonna be the season.
Oh man, that would be fucking incredible. But we both know it's not gonna happen. Like They have a strong division. I think they might do well. But we'll see what happens with it. Akbar is here and says, Akbar in the house, but I got a jet soon. Thank you for joining in. We appreciate you, Akbar. TARDIS Hunter says, hello, Spooky Fam. Got to get some homework done, but needed to get some spookiness in my day. What up? Thank you for joining us. Also, Carrie says, hi. So we got our YouTube fam slowly trickling in. Vivian says, did y'all know when the Three Musketeers and the Milky Way titles first came out, the names got switched, and they never bothered to change it back? I mean, think about it. Wow. So what I really like is Milky Way. Because Three Musketeers was supposed to be the name for the Milky Way, and then Milky Way was supposed to be the name for the Three Musketeers. Probably because it's like...
But they're both nougat.
But one of them has caramel. So chocolate, caramel, nougat, which is the Milky Way, right? And then it's just chocolate and nougat for the Three Musketeers. So the Three Musketeers were supposed to be chocolate. We need to get deep into this mystery. Like, I need some conspiracy theory murder board shit going on.
I don't eat either of those things.
I don't really like Milky Way that much, but I really do like Three Musketeers.
But Milky Way makes sense that it has the caramel going through it like a Milky Way.
Sure. All right.
Okay.
Blanca Bello says, hola, what up? Thank you for joining us. Along with Kiana says, guess who's back? Is it Shady? Is Shady back again? Vivian says, the Milky Way has chocolate, caramel, and nougat, and the Three Musketeers has just nougat. Yeah, so that's exactly what I was saying, too.
Glitch says, did you know Rock Lee has a brother? His name is Broccoli.
That's funny. Is that true?
No, I think it's a joke, Broccoli.
I've never watched Shippuden. I've only watched all of Naruto, so it could be true.
You didn't even watch the beginning episodes of Shippuden?
I watched like the first 2, and that was like it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot that happens.
I heard that, yeah. Keanu says, also, I'm doing fantasy football too at work. I'm going for the Cowboys. Don't take too many of the same team, because if they have one bad game, then your team is screwed.
A sleeper person that you can pick up, who's not really a sleeper person apparently, is Witten, because he's back again.
See, the thing is with fantasy football, which probably no one cares about, they give you projections based off of last season. Witten retired, and he wasn't in the game all of last season. He came out of retirement to come back, and he's starting, so he's going to get all of the reps. So it's like, yeah, he's a pretty good starting tight end to pick up, but no one picked him up in our draft because everyone's like, oh, he's retired. Like, no, he's back again. So, yeah, good
Witten's
stuff.
back. Tell a friend.
I'm caught up over here. So, what do you got over there?
Okay, so the snark says, bat in your cave sounds like a pregnancy.
Right? I thought I was like, how do
And
you know I have to shit? What do you know about my
Captain
cave?
Fake Eye says, I'm going to try that on my pregnant ladies in clinic. Hey, how you doing with that bat in your cave?
Wow.
That's pretty good. Let's see. And then they go on to say, that's how I get fired from my job.
Please don't get fired from your job.
The snark says, fantasy football, roll initiative.
It's pretty much D&D if you're using real characters and you have no control over them.
Lunabin says, do the seasons even change in Vegas? They do. Trees still change colors.
Yeah.
Just not all the trees.
Fall,
a lot of them just die.
Yeah.
Like, they look like they die.
Fall is basically super long. Fall and spring are connected, like, pretty much by a little tiny bit of, like, kind of cold. You know what I mean? But, like, fall and spring are usually, like, really, really nice and last quite a bit. And then summer, obviously, is like someone opened an oven.
Yeah.
But we're at the tail end of it. It was really fucking hot today, I'll tell you that,
I got into my car, it was like 115.
Yeah, I was like,
holy
dude, someone
cow.
please bring in a cold front because I am dying right now.
It wasn't bad yesterday, but today was exceptionally hot.
It was.
Let's see. Eric W1 says, go Eagles. Lunabin says, go Pikachus.
That's funny.
Let's see.
So, Glitch, remind me, is your team the Texans or the Cowboys? I know you're from Texas. I think it's the Texans, but I'm not sure. Since we're just hanging out with you folks while Robin finishes up, Vivian says, I figured out the perfect pickup line. Have you ever seen a triple jointed person trying to pick you up? No. Great. We can talk about it over dinner tonight.
What?
Weird. Hopefully that works.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, Glitch is a Cowboys fan, so I bet you're thrilled that they signed Zeke, because that was like...
Oh, they actually did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
They
what
did
was
it
his contract?
last night. I don't know. I didn't check it. I saw that he signed, and I immediately dropped his backup that I was super pissed off that I drafted like 14th. The 14th round, I should say.
One of our people drafted him before he got his contract.
Yeah, I think just about everyone did.
Yeah.
You kind of have to. He's just too good. So.
All right.
The Melvin Gordon folks, those are the ones who are fucked because that dude is not playing this season. Like he is committed to just telling them to fudge off. But we'll see what happens with that too. I'd like to point out we upped our September donations to 200 because we're purchasing the new computer this month, and every little bit will help us get stuff that we absolutely need to have in that thing. So hopefully we got some folks that can send out some donations. If not, we totally understand. But I wanted to point out that it is the same length, but it holds twice as much as last month. So go nuts. But okay, I'll let you take back over.
All right. So the next email here that I'm going to read is titled, Hey, y'all, kind of long. So strap in.
Right on.
I mean, I'm adding the strap in.
Let me put my seatbelt on my desk chair.
Okay. Yep.
Kerplunk. That's what seatbelts sound like,
right? So
right?
you put it there, you wouldn't do this?
I guess I would do that. Unless I was sitting like the middle of the back, because that was weird. People that are listening are like, I have no idea what happened. Okay. I did like the waist seatbelt, not the over-the-shoulder seatbelt.
He did the airplane seatbelt. I did the car seatbelt.
You notice how she notices that, but she doesn't criticize the kerplunk noise that I made to simulate a seatbelt clicking. So it's weird how you get caught up on the wrong details. But yeah, I was wrong about that too.
All right. So this next email begins. Hello, Adam and Robin,
Hello.
a.k.a. Robin Grace.
Okay, so now I know where you got that from.
Yeah, I was just like, that was what was in my head. Okay. I know that's so old, but it is really my favorite. That's very sweet. I think that's one of my favorite nicknames, too.
Robin Graves.
Yeah. Especially around Halloween time. It's perfect.
This is Halloween.
So my name is Linda, and I've been listening to the podcast since sometime in the summer of 2018.
What up, Linda? That's my mom's name.
Okay.
It's a beautiful name.
I'm definitely one of the ghost listeners, but I do follow your Instagram. I love listening to you guys while I get housework done, score study, or plain old-fashioned can't sleep.
I'm like super excited that one of our ghost listeners decided to send us an email because there are so many of you out there.
Yeah, and we are so happy when we might not hear from you or see you interact on social media or anything like that, but when the listens come in, the downloads come in, the numbers, and we see how many of you guys actually listen, it's like, oh my God, they like us.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So thank you guys so much. I'm really bad at sleeping at night. It's like I'm a bad Hot Topic makeover away from becoming a vampire. Anyway, the story I would like to share today is actually my mom's. Get your single, manly tears ready, because this one kind of hits in the feels. I've included a couple phonetic spellings that I hope are helpful. They're always helpful. If you guys send things that you assume we won't be able to pronounce. We probably won't be able to pronounce it, and it would help us immensely if you put in phonetics in there, because it
we
changes.
Try our best with pronunciations. That does not mean we're good with them.
Yeah.
So every little bit helps.
Fudge, I've already messed that one up. My abuelita, Feli, grew up in a small rural town at the base of a volcano in Morelos, Mexico. During the 1920s, she always seemed to have a special, almost spiritual connection to nature and everything that had life. She ended up settling in Cuernavaca with my abuelito Raimundo, and together they raised 9 children. Holy crap, that's a lot of kids.
That's a lot of kids.
That's a lot of kids. I can't imagine having 2 at the same time, let alone 9.
This is like having 2 at the same time times 4 plus 1.
Yeah. 6 girls, 3 boys. That's a nice mix, though.
A little bit, yeah.
Imagine having 9 girls. Jeez, my mom
Imagine
had 3.
having 9 boys.
My mom had 3 girls, and we all drive her crazy.
That's hilarious.
By 2010, fudge me. By 2010, Feli begun to develop Alzheimer's, and her short-term memory was the first thing to start going. My mom told me the best thing we could do to help my abuelita was to ask her about her life/family history to keep her memory strong. Some of my favorite memories are of us sitting together in the living room of the house my grandfather and uncles built while she told us stories and held my hand. That's very, very sweet.
Yeah, it is. I just realized you didn't turn off the fan in the hallway before you came in here, did you?
Yeah, there's a bunch of clicking out.
It sounds like something scratching at our door right now, but it's not. It's just the stuff that's hanging on the door.
She always had the softest hands, and despite the fact that they were so small, nothing made me feel as safe and comforted as feeling her hand over mine.
Aww.
The hardest times were when she would ask where my abuelito was, and we would have to gently remind her that he had passed away. Imagine having to tell her that over and over and over again.
I mean, that's the reality when you're dealing with someone who's
sad.
losing their memory.
She would get quiet and hold on to whoever was sitting with her. As the Alzheimer's progressed, she needed more and more around-the-clock attention. My family knew whatever time we had left with her was precious. My aunts and uncles all wanted her to live with them, so they had a formal family meeting to sort it out. In the end, they decided to give her a home base with one of my aunts and schedule days/weekends with the rest of her kids who lived in the area. My mom and another of her sisters lived in the U.S., but would talk to her every chance that they got. All they had to do was check the schedule on WhatsApp. I don't know how that app works. I hear it all the time, and I'm just like, what's WhatsApp?
Wow. I think that's what they were going for. So.
Oh, that's genius. My grandma was over the moon. She loved being taken out and getting to spend so much time with all her kids. She would say a phrase in Spanish that literally translated means I feel like I recently
Come on, you got this. This is all you.
Oh my gosh, okay. She would say a phrase in Spanish that literally translated means I feel like a recently uncaged chicken. That
Aww.
is very
That's hilarious.
Cute. A lot of languages are like that. Like in Vietnamese, there's a sentence that if you translate it, it's just like you make me want to throw up blood.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to start saying that to people though, in English.
My mom and her siblings said it was funny to have the roles reversed and take care of a woman who had watched out and cared for so many others in her life. Having so much distance between them was really hard on my mom, especially because she couldn't visit as often as she'd liked due to her job and expenses that come with traveling. One night, my mom was laying in bed but couldn't get to sleep. This wasn't unusual for her, so she did what she always did and went to the living room to play Sudoku on her tablet so she wouldn't wake up my stepdad, who is the lightest sleeper on the planet. It was about 12:30 and she was sitting long ways with her legs up on the couch. Her eyes were on the screen in front of her when she noticed her vision was becoming blurred and hazy. Despite this, her body kept playing the game on her screen almost like it was on autopilot. Her vision then started to shift, and she found that instead of holding her tablet in her hands, she was cradling her mom in her arms. Her head was resting gently on her chest as she ran her fingers through my abuelita's gray hair. My mom said she was holding my abuelita with the same tenderness and care you use when holding a baby. She could feel the weight of her in her arms and smell the shampoo that she had used for years. Everything then faded away, and she found herself sitting on the couch in darkness. She reached up to her eyes and realized she had tears streaming down her face. Her tablet had died, but her phone read 2:36. She tried to brush it off, got comfortable, and fell asleep in the living room. A few hours later, I don't like where this is going, she woke up to a call from her sister in Mexico. After a family gathering to celebrate Dia de los Reyes, or Three Kings Day, Feli had been helped to bed by my uncle. He tucked her in, kissed her on the forehead, and said goodnight. He woke up in the early hours of the morning and felt the need to go check on her. He opened the door to her room and whispered, "Feli, are you okay?" I have like chills right now. He crossed the room and reached for her hand. It was cold. She had passed away in her sleep peacefully and without any pain. She also said it was a blessing to go like that and hoped she would be lucky enough to receive that gift. Feli spent her last day with us surrounded by her family, laughing and enjoying their company. My family still feels her presence now and then. She visits in dreams, sometimes just to say hi and sometimes to soothe in times of trouble. Sometimes I'll feel a pressure on the back of my shoulder like a small hand being pressed into it. Despite being a skeptical person, I like to think it's her, even if it's just to keep her memory alive. Although she isn't physically here anymore, we all feel her in our own way, still looking out for us. Thank you for taking the time to read this story, and thank you for all the time and work you put into sharing something so wonderful with all of us. Keep on creeping on. Tons of love, Linda. P.S. Thank you so much, Senora Linda, for all that you do for the podcast. I'm so glad we have you to help make Storytime happen. Muchas gracias. And a bunch of Spanish that I can't read. I'm going to assume it's something incredibly nice.
Hopefully it was nice, not like JK LOL fudge you. No, thank you so much for giving the shout out.
Yeah, and for sharing something that's so personal. And I love those stories where you still feel the presence of your loved ones because they are always there with you and they're guardian angels watching over you. That's what my mom and dad always say. Whenever my mom's being mean to my dad, his parents do something mean to her.
Wow. It's not just a guardian angel that's like a revenge angel. But
yeah.
Yeah, we get a lot of stories, I think, like this, where you have something happen to you at the time or around the time that someone very near and dear to your heart passes away. And they come from all over the world. And it's really weird for me to say that because it's still kind of unrealistic to me that so many of you folks do email us from everywhere. But it's kind of one of those things that unites everyone together a little bit when you talk about something that's so sad and traumatic. And you have this unbelievable experience that you can't explain, regardless of like your race or your religion or your location. And it's so meaningful, even if it is so heartbreaking. So that's not an easy thing to share, but we sincerely do appreciate you for sharing it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I have my own story. I know I've shared it before on the podcast, so I won't bore everyone with it again. But, you know, it's something that I always remember, you know, and I'll never forget. So it's a wonderful thing. So thank you. Let's look over in Stream Chat and see what you folks had to say.
So Glitch Grim is over here saying foosball's the devil, which is hilarious because I love that movie.
She loves Little Nicky more.
No, I think Waterboy's much better movie than Little Nicky.
The Wedding Singer and Big Daddy are his two best movies.
I don't like Big Daddy that much.
You're insane.
The Wedding Singer
crazy person.
is good.
The Wedding Singer is fucking just glorious.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Let's see. Luna Bin said that they rowed in high school. So did Captain Fake Eye.
We did not have rowing at my high school.
I didn't have rowing. No, we did. We had canoeing in Hawaii. We didn't have rowing in my high school in Texas, but they definitely did canoeing in Hawaii.
We just had most of the basic sports, but not even football. So my high school was pretty sucky.
Wow. We had, I think my high school in Texas, or not in Hawaii, had a lot because we had golfing, we had football.
We had golfing, come to think
basketball.
of it.
Yeah?
Yeah, because there's a lot of courses around there. So we did have golfing. Our golf team was pretty good. But the question of the week over there from Vivian is, what are 3 things you cannot live without? For me, it's Robin, Robin, and Robin.
Nice.
What about you?
I just know you complimented me. I don't know what you actually said.
I hate you so much sometimes, dude. It's like talking to a brick wall. We had to start a podcast so people could talk back to me. Vivian says, question of the week, what are 3 things you can't live without?
Can I do a general just technology?
No, you cannot.
Damn it.
Taking that away from you. Read some of your stuff and then think about it while you're going through
Luna Bin says they're #team fan. Captain Fake Eye is hardcore team no fan. I'm very for the no fan unless it's in my car while I'm driving.
She wakes up in the middle of the night and throws the blanket off of her when she's too hot. And then if I'm like, do you want me to turn off the fan? She's like, yes. I'm like, that's not going to help you, but whatever. But I never do. So Panda over there in YouTube says, I got my wife hooked on the podcast.
Yay!
And then a devil smiling emoji. Thank you so much, Panda.
Thank you.
And thank you to your wife for listening to us now as well.
Let's see. Bronson's also team fan.
Minnie Maria says, Spotify, food, books, and video games. Yeah, I cheated. What are you going to do about it? Because they added a fourth one in there.
But so you have your video games, but you don't have your consoles.
I'd like to point out that food is literal. Like, you would die without food, but you could live without those other three things. So I think maybe those other three things are your real answer.
Are you only allowed to pick one thing of, like, one type of food?
No, they just said food in general, so they couldn't live without food.
Yeah, I can't live
I would
without
pick
food.
air. And then two other ones. No, I'll think of something better.
Let's see. Captain Fake Eye says, my parents convinced me that if you let the fan blow on you when you sleep, you'll die. That's a very big
Superstition.
But it's like the closed room thing. If you're in a closed room, no windows or vents or anything, and you just have the fan on, then you'll die. Something like that.
Never heard that before. I can tell you, I can attest that that's not true because I lived my life like that for a very long time. Vivian says, for me, I can't live without art supplies, a camera, and some form of company. It could be a bunny, a baby, or my most hated enemy. As long as they are there, I'll live. But if it's my enemy, they won't. Well, if you kill them, then you kill yourself. That's just the nature of what you just said, so please don't. And they say JK, LOL. We all know you're JK.
Would probably be food, books, and sweet drinks. Like juice and stuff. Oh man, sometimes I look in the fridge just hoping there's something sweet in there to drink. Oh my gosh, it's a weakness. Let's see. Lunabin says food, water, and oxygen. Let's see. Valley Grill said their high school had kickball.
Kickball's interesting. I liked kickball.
I used to play kickball in elementary school, and that show was fun.
Shout out to Spooky Zora, who just subscribed.
Let us know if you guys hear the sound now, because Adam turned up the sound for that GIF, and I don't know if it's working or what.
Fingers
but let us
crossed,
know.
you can hear a noise when someone subscribes.
Yay! Actually, Faison says the GIF makes noise.
Yay! Thank God. It was actually working last week, but it was coming in so quiet. I had to amplify it by like 12 times.
Thank you so much, Valley Grills, for subscribing too.
The message from Valley Grills is, woo! I'd also like to point out Spooky Zora was at 6 months and Valley Grills was at 5. You folks are amazing. All right, looking over here, Minnie Maria says, you said things, though. People don't fall under things. Minnie Maria says, so you only picked 2. What's your third? Vivian says, oh, well, I make the rules. And Vivian says, oh, Adam, that was so sweet. And she didn't even have the context for it. She's like, I think you complimented me, so thanks.
So the GIF is supposed to be Ikumi, I think Nakamura, right? That's her last name?
I'm pretty sure it's Nakamura.
Ikumi Nakamura in her E3 presentation where she was talking about the new game that she is art director on or something, story director on.
She's a lot. I can't remember her exact title, though.
But it's Ghostwire.
Yeah.
And she said the game is going to be spooky.
And that's her voice going, spooky.
Yeah, it's spooky.
It's our favorite soundbite from E3.
Yeah.
That and, of course, Kukanu.
Going, you're breathtaking.
Oh, yeah, you're breathtaking. Vivian says, hashtag team fan with blanket. Yeah, I just made my own team. That's the reason. You turn the AC to 68, you crank the fucking fan up, and then you just cuddle up under your blanket so that like you can breathe in the cold air and feel the cold air on your face, but the rest of your body is toasty warm. It's the best feeling in the world.
I also, since not everyone, but a whole bunch of people are subscribing right now, we do want to remind everyone that's just joining us, September has begun. So that means any subscriptions that you guys want to do over here at twitch.tv, instead of $5 for the tier 1 subs, they are only $2.50, which is amazing. It's super cheap.
It's
I mean, that's
half
how
off.
many quarters is that? That's 10 quarters. 10 quarters. You can find that in your couch. So
it's a pretty rich couch, actually.
That's not even half a Starbucks. Like, that's less than half a Starbucks, right?
I don't know what you mean about Starbucks.
I mean, if Starbucks could sponsor us, that'd be absolutely amazing. But yeah,
if Starbucks sponsors us, Robin will probably die of a caffeine overload.
well, okay, so I spend like $5 on a Starbucks coffee, right? So $2.50 is half. It is half.
Yeah.
I don't know math. I'm gonna be a horrible engineer, but that's okay.
Minnie Maria says, no, it's a given the console comes with video games. Don't ruin my hypothetical scenario, Robin. And Vivian says, Adam, Robin. Food, books, sweet drinks. Adam dies inside.
That's what you were talking about?
I'm already dead inside.
You're so sweet.
I've been dead inside for a very long time.
You're so sweet.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm empty. So I am caught up on my stuff over here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and move into my second and final email of the night.
Oh my gosh, I just realized something before you move in and do your little speaking thingy again. There's a link in our freaking description that I put down there on Twitch. If you folks are on Twitch, go into the description of our channel. There's a link to our Teespring store. You can see product on that little thing, and you can swipe across, and it shows you different product. How cool is that?
That's pretty cool.
That's new and awesome. If you guys want to look at the new merch that I've made for Halloween, it's printed front and back. So there's stuff that it says on the front, there's pictures on the back. It's super cute. I'm so excited.
She is very excited. This isn't fake.
This is when I put them up on the Teespring store, I was just so giddy, and I spent more buying stuff for ourselves than what we'll probably make selling.
That's not true, but she did spend quite a bit.
Yeah, so I'm just so excited. I hope you guys are excited too. And just check down in the description of our channel. There's a link to a whole bunch of stuff. There's exclusive stuff on our Streamlabs store, but there's new Halloween stuff over on our Teespring store. And the donation link is down there too if you guys want to donate, because we do have a new September goal. $200 dues so that we can.
Is this a September goal?
So that we can hopefully order a new computer. So.
Yep. All right. Since none of that stuff is applicable to anyone who's not watching, I'm going to go ahead and redo my intro.
Thanks.
All right. I'm going to move on to my second email of the show and final email for myself. And this one subject is feel free to share on the podcast, in parentheses, multiple stories.
Nice.
Starts out like this. Hey guys, it's Zia. Hello.
Hello.
Wow, that took a while. And there's a smiley face. Here's mine back. I promise more stories.
What noise was
so
that?
Let's jump right in. That's the story. That's the sound I make whenever I smile.
Really?
Have you never noticed that?
Whenever I take photos of you, you never go,
It's just what happens. All right, story number 1. Please take me, with an exclamation point at the end, which sounds kind of hot. This story takes place when I was a senior in high school.
Okay.
I was taking an English class, and the teacher was really cool. She let us vote on what we wanted to read and learn about. We got to choose between mythology or aliens. I personally love both subjects. The topic that got picked was aliens. We read a book about someone being abducted and read articles on Roswell and other cool subjects. Everything was going great. One day after school, I got in an argument with my mom before work. I can't even remember what it was about, but I just remember I was annoyed and glad I was going to work. I was a waitress at a Chinese restaurant. I worked until 10. That night when I got off, it was super foggy and dark, and I was still annoyed with my mom, so I decided to take the long way home.
Oh my gosh.
Which is never the smart thing to do when there's a bunch of fog outside at night.
That's late, too. If you're getting off work at 10, I mean, take the safe route.
Yes.
Take the short, safe, super safe route, or call someone to come get you.
Yeah, taking the long way home when it's really foggy is just a recipe for disaster. And there's more to this story, obviously. Taking the long way home meant I had to go through a couple of small hills. As I was driving home, I was on the top of the first hill when I saw a line of lights through the thick fog just hovering on top of the next hill. I could not believe my eyes. It was a UFO. I was so excited I sped up to get closer. I kept saying, please don't leave, please don't leave. Oh, God. I'm at the bottom of the hill and my heart is racing. I am so excited. Me of all people was going to be able that they saw a UFO.
Wow.
I kept thinking to myself, maybe they will take me with them. How awesome would that be? I got to the top of the hill and I can see the hovering lights and they were just a half a block away. As I got closer, I could see through the fog. It was just a semi with a light bar on top.
That is
I knew it, man.
hilarious.
I was so disappointed and a little embarrassed. That's hilarious.
So freaking funny.
It's probably a good thing you didn't shout out your window to the semi driver, please take me, though. Because that would have just been weird. And the semi driver would have been like, the crazy people come out when it's foggy outside. All right, story number 2, called Empty Movie Theater. My husband and I live in Utah, a part where most of the population is Mormon. We went to the new Shaft movie when it first came out. I forgot that a new Shaft movie came out. The whole theater room was empty. It was just me and him. I'm not sure why, but every time I go to the movies, I always get a little bit of anxiety. This time, my anxiety was really high, and I kept feeling like there was someone behind us, even though there wasn't. So we're watching the movie, and it was pretty good. All of a sudden, I felt like I was being watched again. I happened to glance down, and I saw something. It looked like a dark shadow crouched down, just watching me.
That's disconcerting.
Before I could say anything, it disappeared. I didn't know what to think. Usually I make up excuses when I see things, but I wasn't even watching a scary movie. That's super creepy because it could be a shadow of something that's like supernatural, or it could be a creeper that's like watching you. Well, and that's just super creepy.
There was a story that was in one of the MFM minisodes that they had, where there was a guy that would hide under the seats in the movie theater, and so he would like tickle legs. He would tickle like girls' legs, like stroke girls' legs while laying under the seats in a movie theater.
What a fucking creep.
Yeah, it's so creepy.
If he would have been under my seat, he would have been kicked in the face because I kind of move a lot when I'm sitting down. Yeah. So shout out to Akasuna no Kairi 1013 who just resubscribed for the 10th month in a row. We appreciate you. All right. Story number 3, Nightmare at Chuck E. Cheese, which I feel like describes...
That's a nightmare in itself.
I was going to say, it just describes a visit to Chuck E. Cheese if you're not like, a child. So, a little bit of information before we start. I love listening to scary podcasts and true crime podcasts. Shocker, we just talked about
That's
MFM.
Our favorites, too. True crime. Well, I am listening to The Tripod now. They're pretty good.
My favorite is by far Adventure Zone. Yeah. But you know what? It's just because I'm a D&D nerd. All right. Around this time, I was binging Crime Junkies and you guys, so I was on very high alert. Okay, now we can start. November was my little brother's 5th birthday. He wanted his birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese. So we go there and we're having a terrible time. Kids are screaming and being hooligans, but they're having a blast. There was another birthday party going on as well, and those kids teamed up with my little brother and his friends and caused chaos together. In the other group of people, they had a kid who was older than the rest of the group. He was probably 15 or 16 and had Down syndrome.
Okay.
I'm sitting there watching the kids play and listening to a podcast because, well, I'm addicted. I decided I needed to go to the bathroom. The bathroom was down a sort of creepy hallway and the floor was tile. It seemed like every single step I took, my feet would stick because a kid spilled their soda there. It's so gross.
That sounds disgusting. That's like going to the movies, though. You walk and it's just like, you hear that.
Your feet like get stuck to the ground at your seat.
You hear the sound of it pulling off the floor.
And your legs keep getting tickled. It's just weird.
Ew.
I go into the bathroom. It had about 7 or 8 bathroom stalls. I go to the one in the very back. I don't know why.
Bad choice.
But I have always gone to the furthest one from the door. So I'm in there. Okay. I have 3 bathroom stalls at work. The first one opens into the stall. The next 2 open out. But the third one's the handicap stall. So I always go to the second stall because it's a regular stall. The door opens out. So I don't have to like do that weird shuffle thing where you're like leaning away from the door so it can open because you're opening it towards yourself. Because they're not like long stalls. You know what I mean? Like you open the door and it barely clears the toilet seat. So if you have to open the door into the stall, I'm just saying if you're a bathroom designer, you're an asshole if you make a door that opens in. Okay, I'm going to get back to this. Sorry, that was my rant. I deal with this shit all the time at work. I walk in, the middle stall's taken because I'm not the only person that has this mindset. And I'm like, I'd rather shit in the sink than shit in one of these other stalls. So, okay.
To me, the ones at the end are always the haunted ones.
The ones at the end of the haunted ones? I thought it was supposed to be the 4th one.
They're always like the darkest ones because they're furthest in the bathroom. Like they're the furthest ones away from you. Oh my gosh, but I have to tell you guys a story.
Oh God.
About our trip to California and my run-in with this. Oh, it was bad. Gross. Should I say it now or?
Well, like yeah, you just brought it up.
Okay, so we just went to Disney recently, and we made a stop at a new rest stop. We don't normally stop at this particular gas station, but I really had to go. Adam really had to go, and so we stopped. And this new place we stopped at had keypads to get into the bathroom.
Oh yeah, I was so fucking annoyed.
Oh my gosh, it was horrible. And the woman at the register was trying to help us. She's like, just put in the code in, and I kept putting the code in, and it wasn't working.
The code was wrong that they gave us.
So I went into the other restroom and put the code in, and it worked. And I went in there, and there's one stall in there, and the door was open. I was like, great, cool. And then I walk into the stall, it's some dude taking a crap. And he looks at me, and I look at him, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And he just laughed, and I just left. And I was like, that was the most awkward experience, and it was gross, and I hope to never experience that again.
And I told her he probably left the door open on purpose. He's probably jerking it right now. Like, people are fucking creepy, dude. That's what a creeper is. It's a person who behaves creepy because they're weird. And it's like, you can be weird without being creepy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was just
like,
gross.
I'm weird, but I'm not a fucking creep about it. All right, we're going to get back to this email, I swear.
Okay.
So, this person goes to the stall furthest from the door. The email continues. So I'm in there. I just dropped my pants when I hear the bathroom door open. I'm like, okay, no biggie. But then I hear feet shuffling / dragging. Uh-oh. I thought it was one of my other siblings trying to scare me or just be weird. Then the shuffling got closer and closer.
Nope.
I say, haha, very funny. Then instead of a response, I get like a grunt, and then someone kept trying to push on the door.
And there's no one else in there.
I say, well, I mean, they heard the door open, so someone came in.
No, but like no one else in any of the other stalls.
It sounds
Why would you
like
go to this
yeah,
stall?
it sounds like it's just them. I say, what? All annoyed, so no one knows I'm scared because I'm still thinking it's my sibling. But I just get more grunts, and then the person keeps pushing on the door trying to get in. I'm freaked out now, so I call my husband. He answers, but I hang up because I'm like, guys can't come into the girls' bathroom. So I call my mom. If you're being accosted, that rule goes out the window, okay? Or if it's Top Gun and you're trying to pursue a beautiful woman that you try and have sex with in the bathroom after you sing them.
We just went to this new Indian restaurant, and they were playing Top Gun on the TV, and I was so excited. I was like, yes, it's Top Gun.
It was silent, though, so you got to watch the mime-loving feeling.
Yes,
but it was worth it.
It was good. But then they freaking changed it. They changed the channel, and before we even got our food, I was like, this sucks.
All right, I'm going to get back to this super tense moment in the story.
Sorry.
Thank you for talking to us about the food. I'm like, I'm in the bathroom. I need you to come ASAP. She comes in, and the person stops. She's talking to the person like she's their friend. I'm sitting in the stall, too scared to pee, thinking, what the fuck? Why is she befriending my almost murderer? So I leave the stall and come out to find her talking to the kid who has Down syndrome.
Aww.
Honestly, it was one of the most terrifying things in my life. That is the end of the email. That's one of those things, too, where you just never know. Like, you could be terrified, and it could be something benign like that, where someone just doesn't really realize what they're doing. And it's like, it's so nice that your mom came in there and handled it that way.
But you're so defenseless when you're in the restroom. You're so defenseless. You're on the can doing whatever. And the movie Zombieland, that movie is what always freaks me out, because in the beginning of the movie, he shows you...
No public restrooms.
Yeah, no public restrooms, because he's sitting on the can, and the zombie comes from under the door and freaks me out. And
so here's the thing. When it comes to being defenseless in the restroom, if someone were to try and come through the stall, I just start swinging. Like, dick out and everything. I wouldn't care. I'm not worried about someone trying to invade my stall, because my hands are still free. They're going to catch these hands one way or the other. I'm terrified of a spider biting my ass. So terrified that I swear to God, before I poop, every time I have to sit down on a toilet, I flush it first. Because I'm like, if there is a spider in there, I'm going to flush this damn thing out. Now, if it's something where I've gone in there recently and I feel a little bit more comfortable, I'm okay with it. Because, like, if I go in there and pee, obviously, I don't need to worry about it because I'm not sitting down, because I'm a dude and we don't have to worry about that. Unless, like, you have bad legs or you need to sit down or whatever. But, like, at work, I flush the shit out of that toilet because it's just like a button that you can hold. And I'm just like, I am not getting bit on the ass by a spider. I've been paranoid about this since the movie Arachnophobia came out. I will be paranoid about this until the day I die. So I understand bathroom fears, just not a lot of people share my specific phobia.
I used to work at a bookstore. I used to work at Borders before it closed down. I used to work at GameStop.
I was going to say, you think Borders is going to sue our podcast for using their name?
It doesn't exist anymore. But I used to work at both stores. They were across the little shopping center from each other. Like, you could see the other store from one store. And so I used to work at both. Doesn't matter. That's not important in the story. But I went to the mall restroom because there was only one. So that's where everybody went to the restroom in this mall. It was a small mall. And I had a gay friend named Eric, and I absolutely love him. He got me out of my shell and got me to like dress more girly and do the whole like. He's the person that made me buy my first pair of heels. Like I love him, but he scared the crap out of me one day because I went to the restroom, and he had no qualms about coming into the women's restroom. And it was after closing time, and I was in there by myself going to the restroom, and I hear noise outside the stall, and I was just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. So
why didn't you assume it was just a female that came in the restroom and not your friend?
Because it's closing time. There's no one in the mall. There shouldn't be anyone there.
There's no female employees in the mall?
When we closed, there really was like no one in the mall. Sometimes when we closed, like they were starting to turn the lights off in the mall. But he came in and he pounded his hand against the stall door really loud and freaked me out. And I jumped, and my arms are spread on both sides of the wall, and I was just like so freaking scared.
And in that moment, she pooped, but she was happy she was in the right spot.
Oh my gosh, it was so much fear. I'm afraid of being alone in restrooms. I will run out of them.
Wow.
If I'm by myself, I will run out of them.
This has been Adam and Robin's poopy phobia session, so we hope you folks enjoyed it. So good stuff. All right, I enjoyed that. All right, let's look over in the stream chat and see what you folks had to say. We got one more story left tonight, and it will be Robin's story, not her personal one, but the one that she'll be reading. I'm gonna scroll up. Not a lot of YouTube chat over there.
Lunabin says they're gearing up for DragCon and super stressed. Hopefully everything goes amazing and nothing bad happens.
Fingers crossed. Minnie Maria says, at Vivian, nope, King Adam has spoken. He has my back. He didn't count food as part of the 3 because it goes without saying. So technically, I didn't break the rules. Take that. Tongue out. There's a bit of a discrepancy or a disagreement over there about the list of 3s.
Girl Panic asks if everyone's seen the movie Get Out. I haven't seen it yet.
Nope.
Valley Grill says it's pretty good. Spooky Story says it's good. And loves how Jordan Peele does horror. I've never seen any of his horror movies yet. But I definitely do want to watch the new Twilight Zone because he's the host of Twilight Zone now, right?
Yep. Pretty sure.
Let's see. Glitch says it should be illegal for work to call me when I'm watching my Spooky Time live. Let's see. Glitch also says we have one men's and one women's bathroom at work, and the men's is gross, like a bout of kids that don't know how to aim, and it's in the garage and super hot, so the poop time is a no-go unless it's an emergency.
That sucks. I will say at all the office buildings that I've worked at, it's been a historical fact that the female restroom is the grosser of the 2 restrooms. Like the one I worked at for like 2 years in Town Square in Las Vegas. Then I worked in an office building a little bit further down the road on like Warm Springs in 215. There was a massive incident that happened there with someone pooping on the floor to get back at people. There were feminine hygiene products just left all over the bathroom that caused a bunch of protests. And in the office I'm in now, it's all really clean. But someone told me like the women's restroom is kind of gross if the like person doesn't come in there and clean it like once every few hours. So it's just one of those things. I think maybe it's an office building thing. So I don't know. Either way, I'm pretty happy with my bathroom, but I just don't like when my stall door is open and stupid.
Glitch says it's like in Always Sunny. Frank goes to the stall with a gun because you never sneak up on someone in the bathroom stall.
That's funny.
The snark calls Eric my fairy godmother. That's cute. I think he actually referred to himself as that too.
That's funny.
Girl Panic says, about you flushing the toilet every time. Like that video of this dude flushing the toilet in Australia and a big ass spider comes from under the lip and
Think
gets
about
flushed.
it every fucking time since I saw that video. It's terrifying. All right, I'm skipping over Minnie Maria and Veronica and Vivian going back and forth about their lists. For SP Biz says, yo nephew, what's a creeper? I saw that out of the corner of my eye, which is why I defined the creeper. Pretty sure that is my uncle because my mom is in the chat in YouTube and says, this is the translation of the Spanish. Thank you very much. I send a lot of love, and I hope you have a good day.
Aw,
and then
nice.
she says after that, watching the pod with Steve. So, yeah, confirmed. That's my uncle. Vivian, admitted defeat. Yeah, okay, you win. I know when I'm beat. Waves a mini white flag rapidly back and forth. That's hilarious.
Let's see. Spooky Zora says, yesterday I was in the restroom getting ready for work, looking at my phone while on the toilet, TBH. Who doesn't do that anymore?
Yeah, everyone does.
And the lights in the restroom flickered. I freaked out because it was like 5:30 a.m. and super dark. I would scream bloody murder if the lights turned out while I was in the shower or something, so I left my phone flashlight on after that.
That's funny. Way to be cautious. And yeah, that was probably a demon. Let's be real. Britt Newt says, late to the party, super hectic work day. I had one of those yesterday, and it wasn't as bad today, so hopefully your day tomorrow goes a little bit better. Minnie Maria says, Adam, even more reasons for Borders to sue you. They have to get money any way they can. Good luck hiring a lawyer when your business is bankrupt.
Oh my gosh. Luna Bin says, we had shared bathrooms when I was away at college, and once a guy took a poop in a shower and tried to waffle stomp it through the drain.
That's disgusting. Waffle stomp it? It's the grossest thing I've ever heard.
All right, so I'm going to go and read this next email here.
Hang on. Akbar says, learning math right now. Understand it currently. When the test comes, I can't handle it. I used to have that same issue, and the only thing I could do was attend every single class, take notes diligently, and like try and double retain the information, like listen to what was being said while I also wrote it, and like read it to myself in my head, if that makes sense. So I don't know if that'll work for anyone else, but that's the only way I was able to get through it. So right on. Okay, go ahead, take over, do that nice. This is the last email intro.
All right, so this is the last email of the night, and it's from Sarah. The subject is Ghost Girl at Work, ?
SpaghettiOs.
Aloha, Robin and Adam.
Aloha.
It's just so fancy.
It is.
I just came back from Maui not too long ago, and I miss it already. I wrote you guys not too far back about my scary work experience that ended up being some funny noise outside. I told my coworker how I wrote in the story and how he should listen to the podcast. Now I'm writing in to tell you about my coworker's actual scary experience with a possible ghost girl. I used to work in the department with him, my brother, and another girl, so 4 of us total in that building. We were located in another small building that only held 5 cubicles. Oh, that's so tiny. Away from everyone else in the away from anyone else in the main building, thank God. Anywho, that small building had big glass windows that didn't open and only one door to enter/exit. This room has no windows and no doors. You must find a way out. Haunted mansion.
That's funny.
That's pretty good. Pretty good quote.
Don't take home those hitchhiking ghosts.
Yeah.
Just saying. The last time we were there, they made us go 3 to a cart, and it was really annoying.
It was really bad. Haunted Mansion. I was asking. I was like, did they get new buggies that are longer now? Because 2 is really stuffing people in there.
2 is right, especially when you're leaving the ride and like the hitchhiker ghost. They have like a mirror where they like make it look like there's a ghost in your car. It's spooky, you know. But like, when it's 3 to a cart, it's like just sitting on top of someone where it's like, this thing is invading my space.
Yeah. But they were shoving strangers into other people's buggies.
Yeah, there was like couples like, no, can't do that. It's 3 to a cart. Like, we're going to put a stranger with you. And some people are just like, no, I'm not riding with a stranger. It's like, you're not breaking up a couple so that one person can sit with one couple and the other person can sit with another couple. It was really weird. I think they were trying to get through the line faster.
Yeah.
It was bizarre.
It was weird. Anyway. That small building, oh wait, I've already read that sentence. The only way to enter was if you have a key, and that only us 4 had, or you could knock. This was pretty sweet since we always knew who was coming in, and we can all act like we were working. JK, but not really.
Wow.
I was telling my coworkers today about how my boss, our old boss, he doesn't work there anymore, but he would walk in and I would walk into my cube and I would just be crying. And he'd be like, are you okay? And it's because I was watching Korean drama or something. So it is really convenient to be able to be knowledgeable about who it is that's coming in and whether or not you can clean up before they come in.
You know, whether or not you can get your shit together from your Korean dramas.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we can all relate to that.
You'd be surprised. We have a lot of Korean drama fans.
I'm not saying we
sure.
don't. I'm just saying I don't relate to that. So
we each have our own workstation where the cubicle walls are at least 4 feet high. So when we sit, we can't see each other, but we can hear if someone's at their station. My brother and I would arrive at 6 a.m. and leave at 2:30. The other 2 would arrive at 7:30ish/8 and leave by 4:30ish/5. He told us that it wasn't unusual for him to stay a little later for overtime. He also said sometimes his wife, she worked in the main building, would come visit and just chat for a little. Side note, he also joked that they used my brother, oh my God, that they used my or my brother's desk to do stuff. gross.
That's not a joke when someone says that. That they're just admitting that to you in a humorous way so they don't have to feel guilty about it.
We all got along that way, but we still told him he was just weird. Other side note, it's not unusual for the company to hire relatives. All right. Because I know they don't really hire relatives where I work.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think
that was
so.
like a practice that I think they had at a lot of the places I've been before. And like my dad, like where he worked for BP, British Petroleum or whatever, Beyond Petroleum, whatever they branded themselves as now. And that was like one of their main recruiting things, like have your relatives work here because there's like a level of accountability by working with your family.
I think they used to hire family, but they don't anymore. So there are couples that work there, but not, it's not anyway, that's not important. Anyway, next sentence. Anyway, he said one day when he was there by himself, his wife knocked and entered and sat in one of the other cubicles. Since you can't see each other from cubicles, he was talking to her out loud, just making casual conversation. He then asked his wife why she was whispering. He got up and walked to her and asked her again why she was whispering. She told him she was whispering because the other girl was in the last cubicle working and she didn't want to be rude with their loud conversation. Oh no. He then told her, "What girl?" and that everyone had left already. He then walks down to check the last cubicle and there's no one there. He said she was so freaked out to the point where she was shaking. She said she swore when she walked in as she passed that cubicle that there was a girl sitting there facing the computer. I'm just imagining a horror movie. Some girl with long hair, like sitting over the computer. All you can see is the back of her head and she's just sitting there doing her work.
I'm imagining
but her face is all messed up and
yeah,
it's just like...
I was totally imagining like a tracking shot where it's like she's walking to the cube she's going to sit in and it's like the camera's following her through the cubes and it's like empty cube, empty cube, empty cube. Then like it gets to the next cube and like it's passing by like what looks like a person. Then as it like continues walking with her, it's like you just see like this horrific face that you know is like a ghoul. And then she just like keeps walking and the thing like turns its head as the camera follows her. Yeah, you're welcome for that image. Hope you enjoyed that.
Okay.
It's a wonderful note you hit.
Oh man, I don't need night light tonight. Anyway, so you could only see the back of her head. She naturally assumed it was the other employee that actually sits there. He then reassured her that when he initially let his wife in, there was no one left. By that time, everyone was gone for the day. His wife said she saw a girl sitting there with long black hair facing the computer. I called it. He told us this story the day after it happened. This story brought my brother and I chills. I couldn't help but feel a bit skeptical, though. I wanted to make sure he wasn't trying to pull a fast one on us. I went full detective mode on his ass and told him to retell the story and stopping to ask what time, who left, when she walked in, what did she see, where did she go to sit down, has he ever seen this before? I know no one else has the key to the building. I just had to call his wife at her extension to get her side. I just wanted to hear her account.
Wow.
Plus, she's way nicer than him. And I trust her more. I felt so bad that she got scared, though. I thank God that I've never seen anything like that at work. We get in pretty early and it's still dark out. Sorry.
It's just a car passing
outside. I know,
it's
freaking me out. And it's still dark out that early in the morning. If I saw anything like that, I'm sure I would shart my pants.
Wow.
I guess she just saw a hardworking ghost girl. We also waited for the other coworker to come in so we could tell her the story since it was her cubicle. She said, "Shut up, not my cubicle." Then we all started laughing. I asked him to retell me the story recently so that I can write it in and so I can remember details. I just remember thinking about Samara from The Ring after she described what she saw. I guess she was giving us 7 days notice to stop working. Not today, Satan. We all work in different departments now, and none of us ever experienced something like this in that room at all. We still joke with him that his wife was probably on something or got a secondhand high.
Wow.
Since outside our building has the metro station and a bunch of homeless thugs, blah, blah, blah. That's the end. I've been listening since episode 1, and I love you guys. You guys crack me up, and you guys make the workday better when I have new episodes to listen to. Can you guys please do an episode where you gather stories from your family members and just read them? I also love when you guys have guests to tell their experiences as well. Keep on creeping on, Sarah. Love, Sarah G.
Thank you for sending that, Sarah G.
Yeah, that's a really good story.
What's funny about that is, I don't know, like when the office setting happens, I just imagine that someone was at work and they just didn't pay attention to them like slipping out. But I imagine that like the end of that story was like, and then we had sex on your desk. Because if someone brings that up to you as a joke, it's just so gross, man. But yeah, I don't know why some sort of poltergeist banshee person would be working in a cubicle. and just randomly vanish without trying to creep anyone out. So it's super, super creepy, but also pretty freaking funny.
Yeah, I think that's, oh my gosh. But now it's just going to give me horror images of creepy ghost office worker.
The next time you're in your cubicle alone and there's no one else around you?
When on Fridays, when the office is like a ghost town, I get scared really easily if someone comes into my cube.
I can't imagine you getting scared really easily, Robin.
Yeah, it's scary. Especially when it's dark outside during the winter.
Go ahead.
That's the sound of the police.
I knew she was going to do that terrible, terrible joke.
Anyway, no, yeah, during winter when it's not practically night outside by the time you leave at 5,
right?
It's just so scary for me. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really have a whole lot of days where I'm at the office so late that there's like no one else in their cubicle and several people work till like 9 p.m. But I totally get the feeling that it's super eerie, especially if you start feeling like someone else is there and then they just vanish. So solid stuff. We're all going to think about that, all of us that work near cubicles or in cubicles. So, all right. Let's look over in stream chat, see what you folks had to say, and then I'm going to get Marbles on stream set up, and we are going to end the night like we always do. Let me scroll to the top of my chat and see what we got. There's not a whole lot over there in YouTube tonight. Akbar says there's no delay today. I don't know. Maybe. Probably not. Vivian says, anyhow, I should really go to bed soon. It's almost 10:30. Peace out, spooky friends, and stay away from raw broccoli. I believe that was part of the debate about how food was not one of the things that you can include on your list. Minnie Maria said, good night, Vivian. Also, Minnie Maria says, and the girl's neck snaps in a natural way as she as roaches crawl out of her mouth. You're welcome for that visual.
That's horrifying. Nope. Bad.
Nat Bauer says, hey guys, glad I could stop by. I don't think I can stay long. Much love. Thank you for popping in. We appreciate
thank you so much.
Anyone who would like to participate in Marbles on Stream that is not already there, please switch over to twitch.tv/scarishpodcast because that is how you are able to enter to win some free shit.
I like all your vocal pauses. Glitch says, ghouls have feelings too.
Aw. Akbar said, normally when I chat or something, it doesn't come up till much later. I'm glad to hear that because they supposedly ran some improvements through YouTube. So
let's see. Miss Deezy says, what up, fam?
What up, Miss Deezy?
Thank you for joining us. Lots of talk about DragCon. I've never
heard of it.
So I'm excited to see pictures of the event and hopefully pictures of your outfits as well. Glitch wants to go, but he can't. One day, maybe, hopefully.
Where is DragCon?
I don't know. Because I've never heard of it before, so.
That's why I'm asking, so they can let us know.
Oh.
I wasn't asking you.
Okay. Let's see. That is the end for me. So yes, if you guys are unfamiliar with what we do here at the Storytime episodes, we're about to play Marbles on Stream, which is what we do at the end of all our Storytime episodes for those that join us on the live streams over in Twitch. If you go to twitch.tv/scarishpodcast, we do 2 races every week, and at the end of those races, the winners get like a Scarier sticker mailed to them. We have coasters sometimes, things like that. I have the summer stickers, a couple of those, that I will mail out this week.
If you would like to vote on which track we are going to be racing, please type in !vote, then a space, then the number that corresponds to your track. Let's look at the local stats, which means the stats of our wonderful show. And anything that doesn't have an average time means we have not yet raced it. Anything that does have an average time, obviously we have raced. So make your votes meow, and you have say in which tracks we will be racing.
Lunabin says it's in New York, but there's also one in LA, and then a bunch of people are saying Atlanta as well. So
sounds like there's multiple ones out there, which is super cool. I am also going to vote, and it looks like our leader right now is Express Delivery, but it only has 2 votes, so everything can change based off of a single vote. So get those in. All right, meow. And of course, there's a 30-second ad, which is weird because I have Twitch Prime. You'd think there wouldn't be ads, but hey, shit happens. Let's hope someday, if you sign up for Twitch Prime, you don't have to watch commercials.
There's one that I saw that I was like, oh yeah, I want to do that one. Oh, got it. Boop.
All right, now we have a tie. And if there is a tie, we're just going to go with random and see what happens. So Bronson says, night, y'all. Thank you for joining us, Bronson. We appreciate you.
I am going to be mailing out the fall Patreon rewards soon. So if you are a Badge of Honor tier and above on our Patreon, patreon.com/scarishpodcast, I'm going to actually be mailing out our new Halloween stickers. I get them in the mail in a few days, and I'm so excited. And I'm going to put all the buttons together, and hopefully you guys like them. I'm really excited. Everyone's going to get random ones unless you message me and let me know specifically, hey, I want this guy or whatnot. So.
Right on. Good stuff. We are still tied right now. A bunch of tracks only have 2 votes, which means that one person can make this change. So we're going to let this scroll past one more time, and then I'm going to click random if it hasn't gotten off of a tie, but we'll see what happens. Just type in !vote and then the number that corresponds to the track you want to race. So
it is not too late to upgrade. If you folks are at the $1 or $3 tier right now, you can always upgrade to the Badge of Honor tier and above, and I'll mail it all out at the same time. So yeah, get on that. Boop.
It's funny looking over and watching votes come in because it's like, oh cool, maybe that'll sway the vote. Nope. All right, there we go. So now we have Robotic Roadway as the leader, and we have a little bit more scrolling to do. Girl Panic 95, your vote mattered. And in fact, right before that was Luna Bin.
All votes.
And Dre came in very late, and now Robotic Roadway appears to be the track we're about to race. So congratulations to those of you who voted for that.
Definitely. Oh, are you going to start the race?
I was going to. Yes,
okay,
I was in the middle of that
sentence.
I was going to say, let's get it going. What were you going to say?
Oh, I just want to give a shout out to my sister who's joining us tonight because she's very stressed out about school, and she deserves all the woots.
Shout out. What up, Scriptery? Thank you for coming down and making me feel welcome last night. I appreciate you. ! Play if you would like to join the race. That's all you need to do, and you'll get a marble that represents you on the stream so you can win some free merch. The last time this track was raced by our wonderful group of friends, Robin won with 2 minutes and 34 seconds. Robin won in 2 minutes and 34 seconds. So let's have someone take her record away so we can wipe it off the board and pretend like it never happened.
That's mean. Aw, the snark says Spirit Bomb for Robin's sister. She needs all the support she can get right now. She's in graduate school for architecture, so hopefully she can get her in.
Wow, get her in. All right, we got 14 marbles in the stream right now. We haven't had a ton of people in the stream tonight. That's okay.
Oh my gosh, hey Nat, long time no see.
We are up to 15, so thank you so much for everyone who has joined in. We're going to let you take about 30 more seconds to join and type ! Play. And then we will click start, and that'll have a 10-second countdown. It's nice to see so many folks here tonight. Even if it's not like the big numbers that we get sometimes, it's still nice. It's really nice to see you folks.
We're very happy to have you folks be a part of our community and hang out with us, and it's just great to see everyone, especially our every week peeps, because you guys are what keeps
guys hold it down.
Going.
We appreciate you. So I'm going to click start. Here we go. You have 10 seconds to join if you have not already, or we're going to race with 15, which means if you're entered, your odds of winning just went up that much. I don't know why I'm doing that like pausing period thing where it's like that much, but I am. I don't know. So here we go. We're going to play a little bit of Plinko to start. Hey at Nat looks like they're jumping out to an early lead. Spooky Zora, Robin, and then Robin's Ghost Ball are right there as well.
Woo, woo.
Eric is the first one out, but Valley Grills has taken the lead, but it's a pretty tight competition right now. Let's see what happens. The tracks are going to deviate a little bit. The Ghost Ball went the opposite direction than Valley Grills, the Snarked, and Eric went. I am also over there by Robin Grace's Ghost Ball and her current ball. So there's going to be a little elevator action over there. And then there's also going to be this ridiculously terrifying funnel and this little drop that seems to just drop you straight in. We're going to see what happens. All I know is that looks horrifying down there. So
2 swinging hammers. Hey, Nat says, it's been a minute, got promoted, so I haven't been able to stop by much because
shout
I
out
need
and
sleep.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. Glad you're here, too.
All right, looks like Hey at Nat is actually in the lead, chasing Robin's record down, but looks like Miss Deezy, Spooky Zora, Dre, the Scriptery, Valley Girls, and me are hot on the tail.
Those hammers are scary.
The Snarked has been eliminated, and we're coming up to what I like to call hammer time. You all knew I was going to say it.
I didn't.
Well, then you're not paying attention. Valley Girls has been eliminated. Girl Panic 95. Dre A is on their way in first place.
Whoa.
This is weird. So it's not a jump. It's like a leap of faith. Pancakes 2-9 and actually Phase On have been eliminated. Robin, thank the Lord, has been eliminated. And Tian Long 4028 has been eliminated. Dre, myself, and Hayat Nat are bouncing our way across the Spooky Zora and Robin's Ghost Ball right behind. And it looks like it's going to come down to me and Dre. Dre has been eliminated. There I am, just sitting and chilling. And this, I hate these balls that just make you stop. And of course, there's Robin's
squares.
Ghost Ball.
They're cubes.
Whatever. I hate these things that make your marble stop. Hit Nat is trying to sneak by on the outside and has succeeded. Now just needs to make it through these fan blades, and they will have taken the victory. But there are also these cubes, as Robin calls them, cubes, as
That's
some folks call them.
That's how my dad calls the GameCube.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He calls the GameCube the GameCube.
Eric W1 has been eliminated. There are only 4 active marbles on the stream still going. Me and Glitch are going to race it out. And it looks like I'm going to take this one. Glitch is going to come in second place, which means you will receive the free merch. I broke Robin's record. The peasants rejoice. We are all very happy about that. Hayat Nat is going to make it through. Spooky Zora is still hanging out in the fan blade back there.
While we're waiting for the other balls to come through, just a reminder, it is September, which means subscriptions for Tier 1 on twitch.tv/scarishpodcast, they are half off. So instead of $5, they're $2.50, and that is super duper cheap.
Here's the thing, though. It costs you $2.50 to sign up, but Twitch pays us $5 still.
Yes.
So someone's covering the other half of that. Winner. Oh, it just looks so good, doesn't it, folks? First win of September goes to me.
It is sponsored by Subway.
It is sponsored by Subway, which is funny.
Fresh.
All right, so I am now up to 38 points on the season. Glitch is up to 49. Looks like Scriptory's at 44, and our leader is not here tonight, and I think they're up to like 80 points. Robin is also at 6 points. Suck it. That makes me so happy to see. All right, we got another race. So let's go and pick the next track that we will finish the night on. So let's get ahead. Let's go ahead and switch the screen. Okay, there we go. So go ahead and enter your votes for the next track to race right now.
I keep thinking the dogs are tapping at the door, but it's just the fan outside.
It's just the fan. I was really hoping you'd get up and turn it off because I can't.
Would you like me to do that right now?
It's too late. I've given up hope.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool. Glitch says, give my win to Hayat Nat. Congrats on the promotion. Oh, that's so nice of you, Glitch. And
nice.
Nat, congrats. We're super happy for you. That's amazing.
So email us at storytime@scariest.com and let us know where you'd like us to mail your sticker.
All right. Right now, Hop, Skip, and Jump is in first place. Multi-Lane Madness is the track that I voted for. That's why it's right there. That is the previous race's winner's vote, because you can use it to break ties if you need to. So I wonder how many votes Hop, Skip, and Jump has.
It's been quite a while, Pancakes. Haven't seen you in a while.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Lots and lots and lots of scrolling. There it is. Hop, Skip, and Jump has 4 votes. Twisting Tumble has 3. So Twisting Tumble is like right there, man. So we're going to let this scroll by one more time and go with majority. If it's a tie, then my vote will decide it. Fun in the sun. I don't know if you guys know this, but in like 6 days, no, 7 plus 2, 9 days. In 9 days, it will be Friday the 13th.
Shut up.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Are we? Ooh, do you want to do a special stream on Friday?
I do want to do a special
stream. What do you want to play?
I don't know, but we're going to play something. We're going to have some fun on Friday the 13th. I don't know if it'll be a horror game. I think that Blair Witch game is going to come out, but I don't know if we'll have the money to get it.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll definitely do a special stream, even if it's just Robin and I playing each other in like Smash Bros. Or Mario Party or something like that, because it'll be fun to spend Friday the 13th together, and hopefully it won't be a nightmare for me to set up because, you know, Friday the 13th is supposed to be jinxed and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
But let's hope that doesn't happen. We have scrolled back through, and Hop, Skip, and Jump is still in first place. That will be our final track of the evening. We have never raced it, which is exciting because whoever wins will set the record for us for fastest time as a spooky friend ever. This looks absolutely terrifying. It also has like that Dragon Ball Z orange in it, so I'm kind of digging it. So exclamation point play to join in.
The Snark says we should do a D&D podcast.
A D&D podcast?
Like episode or something on Friday.
Like on Friday the 13th? We could try it. We'd have to set up a one-shot pretty quickly. I don't know if your one-shot's ready to go, but it's an idea for sure. All right, we got 12 marbles
hello,
in the
Laura
stream.
Ann.
Why do you always say it like Carol Ann?
'Cause
15 marbles. If we can get one more, we always try and have the second race have one more marble than the first race. So anyone who did not race the first race, type in !play and join us. There we go. We got 16. Shout out to Pancakes29 for being our 16th. It's always nice to have more in the second one than you do in the first one. We're going to give this about 30 seconds, and then we're going to get it going. This looks a little bit weird.
It looks cool.
World record time on this is 1 minute and 2 seconds to finish out the race. I like the fact that it's not like the normal style funnel, although it still kind of looks like a normal funnel. We're up to 17, so awesome. Even more folks joining in. Amazing.
Dre A says my daughter's birthday is Friday the 13th. That's
wow.
Awesome. You guys should do something cool. Like, I mean, birthday things, but Friday the 13th themed.
Yeah, that could be fun. Unless she's terrified of Friday the 13th stuff, then it probably won't be that fun. But definitely do something fun. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get this started. If you have not joined yet, you have 10 seconds from right now. So go ahead and type in !play, and we're about to get it a-going. I keep doing that.
What?
That, like, brief hesitation between words.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. You're being weird.
I don't know.
Everything has these funnels these days.
They've always had these funnels. So here we go.
Whoa, everyone went in there super fast.
I like that it has that, like, little boost at the end of it to hopefully get you through the funnel faster. That doesn't always wind up happening. So we're going to leave it right here and get a little bit hypnotized. So we'll see who gets through first. Because usually the person who gets through first winds up taking the whole thing unless they get eliminated. So.
I'm just thinking about that Katy Perry song.
Through the hole first?
No, about circling the drain.
Don't know which one that is, but I got through first. Oh, you can see my icon from Twitch. That's fun. And I made it through that obstacle. I'm now stepping into the next one. There's a cannon going on here.
This looks amazing.
I'm the guinea pig, and I don't think it worked out well for me. Let's see how well it works out for the scriptery, who actually made it through. Congratulations. And I have officially been eliminated. Wow, there is a lot of ways folks can go here. So let's take a look back and see. Looks like Eric has been eliminated.
This is amazing.
Hey It Nat made the jump. Miss Deezy made the jump. Laura Ann made the jump. Some folks are not making it. Tian Lung didn't make the jump. Robin tried to cut in front. That didn't work out too well. The scriptery is still in first place. We lost a lot of people there. The Snark actually phase on. Spooky Zora. But the scriptery is way in the lead right now, which is nice because this season they took home their first victory. I know I'm saying they, but she took home her first victory. She's now going to take home her second victory. That was pretty quick too. So congratulations, scriptery. You are the winner. Let's see who's racing for second place back there. Looks like Laura Ann and Nat are neck and neck. Let's see who gets through this first. Hey It Nat is looking like they're going to take second place in this. Although Pancakes29 is coming on hot. Wow, look at Lunabin go. Almost. Okay, so it wound up being Scriptery, Hey It Nat, Miss Deezy, Lunabin, and Dre. I think Pancakes29 was just eliminated, which means we only had 6 marbles finish this race. We picked some murderous tracks this evening, folks.
Holy cow, Laura Ann, you have 72 points.
There we go. Laura Ann's up to 72 points on the season. Scriptery is now at 59.
Aw, the Scriptery said, thanks for the spirit bombs, everybody.
Aw, it was perfect. You donated your energy to her winning this, unfortunately, so hopefully she didn't waste all of her energy. Hey It Nat is up to 13. Miss Deese is up to 21. Lunabin, 27. And Dre is up to 37. Everyone else did not finish and did not collect any points. So fun stuff. Appreciate all you folks for coming by and watching us record this live. It's always a blast to do. And I don't know, having you guys here while we record this is just so much fun because we can interact with you. And when some of these stories come in, sometimes they're like super emotional or super creepy, and having people to toss out feedback or let us know what they're thinking, like it's just a really fun time. So thank you so much for joining us. Yeah. And I think we're going to move into the normal outro stuff, right?
Yep. So thank you guys for sticking around for this episode of Storytime. And we just want to remind everybody that...
You want to try this again?
We just want to remind everybody that we do have new merch up in our Teespring store. You can find links on our website, scaryish.com, on our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. There's links to it everywhere on our social media. So check that out. I really like the new designs that I made. They're printed front and back. The pillows, oh my gosh, the pillows I'm in love with.
The pillows. Oh my God, the pillows.
Because they say Scarish on one side, and then the other side has our little Jason Voorhees, little ghosty. So I love him. I think he's absolutely adorable. I ordered a hoodie for myself. I'm so excited. And I hope you guys like him too. And we also have the Patreon going on right now because I'm prepping up for fall. So all of our Badge of Honor patrons and above are going to be getting the new horror icon stickers that I designed. So I had 5 designs that I got done this fall, and I'm going to be mailing out random ones to everyone, as well as pinback buttons that I'm going to be making myself as well. So if you head on over to patreon.com/scarishpodcast, you'll see all the updates and cool stuff there. Tiers start at $1, and all your support goes to helping this podcast keep on going. And then we also have coffee, ko-fi.com/scarishpodcast, and those are one-time donations. All those donations help towards us getting a new computer and more studio setup things, upgrading, stuff like that. So all your help helps.
Yep. It's the best way to put it. All your help helps. For those of you who joined us at youtube.com/scarish and twitch.tv/scarishpodcast, we appreciate you so much. And if you think about doing it, you should just try it out one Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern, and come hang out with us while we read these. It's a really fun time. And I just want to give a shout out to Glitchgrim, who just subscribed for the 5th month. It was a gifted sub from Miss Deezy. It was so nice of you.
Thank you so much.
It's just it's a wonderful community. We appreciate you folks so much. If you have a story you would like to send us of something that's happened to you, please email storytime@scarish.com or go to our website, scarish.com, and click on Contact Us, or hit us up on any of our social medias. You can go over to @scarishpod for Twitter, @scarishpodcast for Instagram, and facebook.com/scarishpodcast for Facebook. And if you want to join any of our live communities, we have the Scarish Spooky Friends group, which has grown quite a bit. It's always really fun to go in there. And it's our Facebook group. It's a derivative, basically. It comes off of our Facebook page. So you can check that out, or you can join our Discord server. The best ways to find those things, if you can't remember the addresses, go to scarish.com, and there's little icons that'll link you to all of our social medias on the right-hand side. So
I'm so excited. We just got over 700 on Instagram. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, we appreciate you folks so much.
We really appreciate it. All our subscribers on Twitch and our subscribers on YouTube, you guys are great and amazing, and we're so thankful, and we really couldn't do this without you. So we really, really appreciate it.
Absolutely. So one last time from the bottom of our hearts, thank you, folks. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening. And Robin, go ahead and sign us out.
Keep on creeping on, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye-bye.